I am not a mindless pawn of social media on Film Threat Reviews. Hi, I'm Alan Ng. I'm with Zorana Kit, and today we're talking about The Social Dilemma, now on Netflix. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below on what you thought of the film. Social Dilemma is a powerful exploration of the disproportionate impact that relatively small numbers of engineers in Silicon Valley have over the way we think, act, and live our lives. This is an interesting documentary. I would say that this is a very conspiratorial documentary, but at the same time, it seems to make a whole lot of sense. What did you think of it?
Did you think it was conspiratorial?
Well, I think, honestly, it's one of those, it feels so real that maybe it's not a conspiracy. I think it depends on the mind frame you go in, because it really lays out a lot of sinister stuff, so to speak, when it comes to how social media is being engineered today.
Well, I mean, to me, a conspiracy theory is something that it doesn't always have tangible proof. And here we have so many former employees of these tech companies who are revealing the inner workings. And what we find that it's it wasn't the malice wasn't necessarily there to begin with. It's just kind of evolved into being this digital Frankenstein, as they refer to it, where then we are the prey. We are the people that they want to monetize off of. And so it sort of confirmed for me everything that I thought. But now it came from people who actually did work there at one time. It was really fascinating. I mean, I couldn't stop watching it. It was really well done.
Yeah. I think maybe that's why I use the word conspiratorial, because it leads you down this rabbit hole of, you kind of know you're being manipulated, but now they're actually telling you how you're being manipulated. I remember when Facebook first came out, it was, me meeting my friends like MySpace, trying to link up with as many friends and family as I can, and then posting pictures of, my dinner and my meals. And it became almost like this, hey, I'm going to tell my friends everything about my life. And now it's just kind of ballooned into this thing where we talk about us being a divided nation. And this seems to be one of the major tools that's dividing us.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting how one of the experts in the documentary said Russia didn't hack Facebook to manipulate the election. They just used the Facebook tools to do that, which just goes to show you how that there is so much computer brains behind it and not enough real people controlling that information, that it leaves open for other countries to completely come in and take something over because they can.
Yeah, we should mention that they interview a lot of engineers, a lot of the early investors, and then a lot of philosophers and sociologists who've studied the effect of social media on us.
Yeah,
and it's scary, just the little things they do. They used to have those poke buttons, but now there's the likes, and this idea that they don't necessarily go into much, but this idea of chasing the hug, where you post something and then you get this emotional feedback every time someone likes it, and
the brain chemicals that
yeah
occur in your head when you do that. One of the experts said, when we invented the like button, the idea was just to create some positivity, and nowhere would they ever dream that there'd be some teenager getting all depressed because they didn't get enough likes. And that's illustrated very well in this secondary storyline in this documentary, which is a fictional narrative, almost like a PSA, and it follows a family, a father, mother, 3 kids, and how social media affects each one of them differently. They all have phones, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're everywhere. And we see them go through their day using it, not using it, having it confiscated, having it not work. And then we have this brain trust, so to speak, behind the scenes, this massive computer played by Vincent Kartheiser from Mad Men, playing three different characters, almost like in the cartoon Up, where like we see the inner workings of all those emotions, except it's three Vincent Kartheisers. And when the phone's not being used, they're trying to manipulate the user for attention. Like, come on, let's do this. Let's show him this pop-up. Let's show him this photo. Let's bring this in. Oh, he hasn't used it yet. He needs to press it. He needs to do this. And it's so interesting. It's a great way of illustrating that.
Yeah. It's scary, the fact that they've whittled us down to algorithms, and they've captured each of our behaviors, and now use notifications and badges on your phone to get you to log in, see ads, and even worse, influence your opinions, influence the way you look on the world today.
Yes. My favorite part was actually the part in the credits where the topic of discussion was how to not fall prey to that. And each one of them gave different recommendations. And one of the things that stood out for me was never click on a sponsored ad or a recommended ad. Yeah. Always seek out a video that's fresh or from your,
or something you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube does that.
Yeah,
YouTube does that. There's a whole row of videos that they recommend, and they're picking that up off your behavior and off of what they want you to see as well.
And the second you click on that, it reworks the algorithm, and then it'll affect the other notifications and other things that you start getting. And I just thought, God, that's so true. Just the other day, I was on Instagram and I saw a sponsored ad for something for my house. I was like, oh, that's cool. I wonder if I should, I wonder how much that would cost if I were to get it. So I clicked on it and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm going to pass. Well, still weeks later, I am getting every single company that makes that product or a variation on that product as a sponsored ad. And I am not touching it. Like, I just want it to stop and go away. I'm not clicking on anything.
Yeah, and it's not just Instagram. I'll search for something on Google, and it'll show up on my Facebook feed. It's just sinister. And what I really love about this documentary is it not only goes into this idea of how we're being manipulated and how they're using us as, they're gathering information on us so that they could sell it to sponsors, but also there's this challenge of, have we let the cat out of the bag? Has Pandora's box been open, or is there even a chance that we can close it again? And in a way, it's this encouragement for us to just kind of shut it down and just say, get better perspective on it. And when your phone is buzzing, don't go to it.
I don't know if the younger kids have that self-control or the impulse to want to do that, because as they explain, that this Generation Z is the first generation that don't have memory of life without their devices. Mm-hmm. Unlike us. I mean, I remember a rotary phone.
I remember having conversations. There's this. I remember having conversations about political topics or whatever. And nowadays you don't get that anymore. You post your update, you tweet your tweet. And I think it wasn't until maybe 2008, the Obama election, that I just realized, I've never changed a person's mind from a tweet or an update. And I realized that all I'm doing there is either preaching to the choir or poking the bear. And it was at that point I realized, all right, it's just time to back off and just post pictures of my dinner and my dog.
Yes.
You just, I like my friends. And
yes.
And I live my personal life. I live in the middle of people who are off the far right and the far left, and I just see the crossfires going back and forth, and it's like, yeah, it's something I just don't need to be a part of, because maybe I'm being cynical, but I don't think I can really help. Or
the other thing that they show in this documentary is, based on what you like, they feed you more of that same kind of information. So your perspective is that because you're getting this type of information that's incoming, and that means that's the truth. And it confirms your opinion, and there's this opinion bias. But meanwhile, the person who might be sitting literally next to you on the computer and is receiving similar information but has a different viewpoint, their stuff is going to confirm their own bias. And everyone is living in this bubble where they think their view is the prevalent view and the correct view, and there's no more interaction of thoughts. It's just, I'm right and you're wrong. Yeah, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, wow, we could go on this topic forever.
This is a rabbit hole topic.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that if you, I would just really encourage everybody to watch this documentary. Whether you ultimately agree with everything you see, there are some really good points made, and effectively made as well. And if anything, it'll cause you to think about just the role of social media in your life.
Yeah. Don't click on any ads. Don't click on any sponsored ads.
Yeah, don't fall into that trap.
Don't click on suggested videos. Don't. That was my takeaway.
Okay. So I'm thinking you gave this 8.5?
Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. And I think for you, I was going to say you'd probably be the same. I think we liked it the same amount.
Yeah, 8.5 as well. It is just incredibly informative. It'll scare you. And, and the one thing I got from it is, I'm just one person, but maybe if I back off of this, will other people follow? Is there a way to tame this beast? And that's the one thing they don't answer.
Well, yeah, because no one knows, because no one even understood at what point the beast was created. It just ended up appearing. It's just the beast just slowly appeared and grew, and now can't put him anywhere. Can't put them under the rug or back in the closet. The genie's out of the bottle. Yeah, so who knows? And
it's pre-installed on your phone too. All right.
Yes.
All right, well, with that, all right, this is Film Threat Reviews. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. And with that, let's get out of here.